super nice to her before, but it gets to a point when someone works for the public.
You're super nice. You're very confrontational.
No, you were confrontational. Guess what? Respect is... I don't have to tell you why I'm filming. I don't have to tell you anything.
But he did actually. He said that it was his right to.
The First Amendment allows me to film. The Fourth allows me to not answer your question. You have limited access to the Constitution when you're working in a public-facing capacity. You don't treat people that way. I was being confrontational. Even when you tried to shut me down, I was nothing but nice to you and courteous and professional, because I always try and be the opposite of the person I'm speaking. Well, then maybe you should have been courteous and professional.
For me, and I don't
Why would I have respect for you? You're trying to infringe on my rights. I should respect a person that's stepping on me and treading on me? That sounds ridiculous. So if I walk out the door and someone punches me in the face, I should respect that person? I don't do bullying. Maybe you do. Listen, this is a message to all the morons that work in public service that are public-facing employees. You don't get to take money from the public and then treat them the way that this moron did. Scary Mary is a prime example of why some people are not qualified to work for the public. Watch this video, enjoy, and that's the reason I stopped you today. What's going on, guys, at the Rutland Public Library in Rutland, Mass. I'm with Banana Anna. Head on over to her, tell her I said hi. Ooh, it's like a tree made of twisties. Yes. Sorry?
What are you doing?
Just doing my thing here.
I don't want to be on a video.
Okay.
What are you doing over there?
Trying to cover a book.
Oh, nice.
It's always a challenge.
I would start with, next time, maybe like, hi, welcome to the Rutland Free Public Library. My name is so-and-so, how can I help you?
Oh, that's a good suggestion.
The grandfather clock agreed.
Why are you making a video and why are you not asking for permission?
One, I'm not really interested in disclosing why I'm making a video. And two, if you go in your catalog and type up U.S. Constitution, the First Amendment will explain to you very clearly why I'm doing it without permission. Because it kind of breaks down that I don't really require permission.
Does that make sense?
Well, I just want to say that I don't want to be in a video.
I mean, okay.
I don't know what you're going to use it for, and I don't like
I'm
turning around and finding two cameras pointed at me.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on social media. I was more just interested in the services that you offer, but we haven't been able to get there because...
Well, I know she covers books.
Yeah.
I don't know what her name is. And pretty much I don't know what type of services she offers because she's kind of cranky.
I'm just looking to figure out how to go about getting a library card.
Well, most people that are coming in to get books or to get library cards are not aiming cameras at me.
Well, I mean, I guess they have the right to if they did, right? Is it... I just don't understand, like... I didn't come in here giving you a hard time. I waited until you were ready, done doing what you're doing.
I'm not done what I'm doing.
And instead of asking me...
Anymore.
Instead of asking me what kind of services I need, you demand that I stop filming. You want to interrogate me as to why I'm doing it, and now you're not even going to give me service.
So you're not going to talk to him, but will you talk to me?
Was there someone else here that can help us?
Yeah. Do you have somebody else that works
Susan
here?
is downstairs. I think she'll probably be back in a little while.
That's Susan. And what's your name? She was so willing to give Susan's name.
Is downstairs open to the public, or is that like an employee area?
Kind of a combination.
A what?
A combination.
A combination. We'll see if Susan can help us, since you're not very helpful whatsoever. How rude can you be? Strangers you've never met before walk into a library, and without even asking them for services, you just give them like a hard time. So I guess if you need a library card, you just go online and get one, because you
Give her
can't.
the benefit of the doubt, you know, like maybe we started off on the wrong foot,
Yeah.
and I was hoping she'd.
I guess we gotta take the elevator down. I don't know if there's stairs.
There's an elevator.
Yeah, we gotta take that.
No.
Okay. We'll go see if we can ask Susan to help us.
I'm sad.
Yeah, that wasn't super nice, but
That's not nice.
and I didn't match her unprofessionalism either, which is
You could've.
something to be said.
Yeah. And you have before.
She's gonna restrict my rights.
Not cool. Not cool, no name lady.
We'll come back on November 1st. Make sure this is updated.
Not cool, no name lady.
People are just it's crazy, man.
Why is she so rude?
She ate jerk flakes this morning.
Because she's allowed to be that way. That's what it is.
See if Susan wants to help us. All right, so it's not a combination of the two. It's just a public place. I mean, come on.
Combination.
See if Susan?
Susan.
Maybe Susan's over here. No signs on the door. So. Susan?
Yeah?
Wait.
Oh, hey, Susan.
Are we allowed to come in?
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Susan. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. We went upstairs and we had a couple questions. But when we got to the desk, before we even got to like what we were here to ask questions about, what's her name?
Mary.
Mary?
Yeah.
She turned around, demanded to know why we were filming, informed us that it was unlawful for us to do so, and refused us any assistance.
Okay, I
So,
don't know anything about the film.
we
I don't
asked
know
if there
that's
was-
what the rules are on that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. We asked if
Yeah.
there was anyone else we could speak to, since she
Okay.
wouldn't offer service, and she
Yeah.
said Susan, and she's downstairs.
Okay, I'm here.
So,
So.
we're sad.
Uh-oh,
Because she was not nice.
okay.
And pretty much, thank you for giving her name. She was willing to give us yours.
Okay.
Wouldn't give us hers.
Okay.
And so we wanted to just touch base with you on
Okay.
if like she's allowed to treat people like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm not the director, and she's
Okay.
not here right now. I can pass the information on to her.
Okay.
I don't even know what the rules are of that. I mean, it does make you uncomfortable to have.
Well, so that's perfect.
You
Like
know?
you don't instead of just saying I don't know what the rules are.
I
like,
don't know. Honestly, I
she
don't
would
know.
she just
Right,
went to
right.
tell us like
Yeah.
there's a very clear rule.
Yeah.
So the reason that you have thousands upon thousands of copies of books here is because
Yeah.
the First Amendment allows people free
Well,
press.
that's what I kind of figured. So that,
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I don't
But
know
instead
all
of
my
just like,
laws.
and she asked us, she's like,
Yeah.
"What do you do?" And I didn't have
Yeah.
to tell her anything. I said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm filming to my questions and I'm gonna put it on social media." But
Yeah.
she just refused to
Yeah,
help
social
us.
media.
I'm sorry.
Am I gonna be on
Yeah, and you're gonna look great because
Oh,
you're
Your
so
hair is
nice.
Glasses on.
fantastic. You
I
look
mean, I
great.
just it's deflating
Yeah.
because all the libraries around here, they do a great job, and
Yeah.
I don't understand why a building that houses, like the whole purpose of this building is to house the First Amendment,
Yeah.
and give me a hard time
Yeah.
for my camera. But I would give some feedback, and
Yeah.
number one, like maybe work on customer service and just
Okay.
basic human decency and
Okay, I'll
and
pass that to the director.
being
Because-
polite.
I mean, typically, from what I see from him, is when he receives horrible customer service, he matches that. You
Yeah,
know, he
yeah.
matches just like anyone else,
Right,
right? Like
right.
you
No,
go
that
to a
makes sense.
restaurant,
Yeah,
someone's
yeah.
mean to you,
Yeah.
you're gonna get feisty
Exactly,
back.
Right.
He was super kind, and then I
Yeah.
tried. I was like, well, if you're not going to talk to him, will you talk to me?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you know what? I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I told her what I wanted
Maybe
too.
we
I said
started
I
off
want to
on the
know.
wrong foot.
I said before you find somebody, just say, "Hey, welcome to the Rutland Free Public Library. My name is so and so is Mary.
Yeah.
How can I help you? What service can I provide?" said turn around yelling at me. Like I even told her, I said, "You just tell me process of going through to get a library card." And I wound up looking on my phone during it to figure out how to do it without. I'm in a library.
Yeah.
They could have just
Right.
told me.
Yeah.
So
She's not as nice as you, Susan.
Well,
very nice.
I don't want to be on social media.
You look beautiful.
Well, no,
You don't
this
need
is
to worry
listen.
about
It's a
that.
good thing you're on social media because you're going to be this library's saving grace.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because she, a lot of people are going to think that
Mm-hmm.
she didn't do such a nice job. So
Serving
thankfully
people,
you're
serving
you're
the
here
Yeah, okay.
because a little bit of a turnaround now, which is
Yeah.
good. But
And she allowed us in this space, and I mean, even though there are no signs saying
Yeah.
we can't
Well, this is
come
our book
here,
sale room, so-
right? I
Yeah.
mean, even though there's not
Yeah.
signs saying that we can't enter, like you allowed us to come and speak with you, so I appreciate
Okay.
that too.
thank you, Susan.
Okay.
All right, well,
I could help.
we'll keep walking around. But thank you very
Okay.
much.
You know what's
Appreciate
refreshing
you.
though? She knew about free press, right? She's like, I don't know about all the laws, but she figured that we were fine.
Right, yeah.
And she still talked to us. That was so refreshing. I'm still sad.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about that, to be honest with
It's a
you.
nice space down here.
Hi there.
Hello. Do you work for the town?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. You guys getting ready to have a meeting?
Yes.
Excellent.
The Earthworks Board.
The Earthworks Board. Okay, what is the Earthworks Board? Earthworks Board. Do I can't say
I've never even heard
It's a long
of
day.
that.
What does that do?
It's a lesser known board.
Okay.
Today, we regulate the removal of earth from the town
Oh,
because that's what our bylaw, we have a bylaw specifically tailored for that, written in the 70s sometime. So we're just the enforcing body for that.
Good. So people can't just go and dig wherever they want and start ripping stuff up.
It's in the 70s, it was very big habit for developers out east, say Boston, to want topsoil.
Right.
And so they would rip up all they could get from
Lesser,
frequently, but not
smaller
always,
places.
farming communities.
Right.
right.
Because it's good soil.
Right.
And they poured it east, and that's where it would be. And so
So when you're in Boston, you could actually be standing on Rutland.
that is.
Wow,
Possible.
that's cool.
That's something I've never.
Now, I don't know that it happened. I don't know that it didn't. Many towns
Right.
in the state passed a law similar to ours that says you can't remove dirt.
right.
Right.
And there's also the case, I mean, around this part, you've seen coming up 122A Holden Trap Rock. That's also an earth removal, even though it's rock, but it's still removing
Right.
earth from the ground.
Right.
Holden has their own bylaw to deal with it. We have ours. In this case, this board is
Now, what if you're
responsible for
a
enforcing
private
it.
resident? Say I own a big stretch of farmland, 10 acres, and I got great soil, and I know that I could get a good dollar for it. Do I have to now go seek permission from the board
Yes.
to remove it? Really?
That's exactly right. You have to fill out an application. We have to have a public hearing.
Wow.
There's
even
a process.
even though it's their land, like
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
As
Never even
long
heard
as
of
it
this
can't
board.
leave town.
Right.
Actually, I have to
Okay.
read the bylaw. Oh, no, I actually misstated, because I think about it, we've had permits for people moving from over here in town to over there in town. That all requires a permit now.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
Wow.
See, these questions I want to know because I'm extremely like, if it's my property, I can do what I please on my property. However, when you're talking about the ground and stuff, there's ecosystems involved, and
There are many
Right.
things. It's not that you can't do anything you want. It's that there are regulations you need to follow. The right to own a gun is not an unconditional right. You need to have a license.
but shouldn't it be though?
That's a whole nother question.
That is
I'm not-
good man,
I am not
smart
getting
man.
into what
Okay.
people think it should be.
Right.
I'm saying what it is.
What it is, right?
You know,
Okay.
there
Same
are
thing
people,
with dog licenses and things like that.
Yeah, that's right. I can own a dog, but you do need to license it because there are public health implications to owning a dog. There are
Right,
public
even though
Rabies
it's on your
vaccines,
property.
right.
Right.
You can't just build anything you want. You need a building permit
Of
to
course.
make sure that the structure is safe.
And sound.
Right.
that
You
makes
can't
sense.
do things too near wetlands because you don't want to harm the ecosystem. There
Ecosystem,
are
right.
regulations across many things that we do.
Yeah.
See, that's an interesting interworkings. So,
I
what
like
is
this board.
what is your like position on the board?
I happen to be chair of the board.
Chair of the board, and is this like, do you have another job title within the town, or is this board is the sole?
Well, I'm on 4 different boards.
You're on 4 boards.
And
That
I run the
seems
TV. Well, I'm second in command for the TV station,
Holy smokes!
the
Very
PEG
cool.
station. Yeah,
So I also run a social media platform.
I assume.
And so yeah, I do some civil rights and First Amendment work.
I
So we
dabble
just-
a little too.
We were just taking a look around, and I saw the public meeting thing, and this is something I didn't know. So I always like to. I'm kind of weird. Like if I meet someone that knows something I don't know, I like to pick as much knowledge from their brain as I can because I know if I ever go on Jeopardy, I know nothing about a lot and a lot about nothing. But if I ever go on Jeopardy, I have a good shot at it.
Well, see, I know what's going to happen now. He's going to go home and he's going to start researching what it is.
I'll get a book on
exactly
it.
that the board does.
And then, so sometime in my life, if should it come up, I can say, well, actually, before you start doing that, and I can know a little bit more.
yeah, you could start telling people what to do like a tyrant.
I like as soon as I
Well, you
know.
have to be careful because you don't have authority to enforce.
No, not enforce, but just educate.
Give people your
I don't necessarily like that. Well, thank you very much. It was a
You're very
pleasure to
welcome.
meet you. Have a good meeting.
Thank you.
And just for curiosity's sake, what other boards are you a part of?
I'm chair of the Conservation Commission. I am chair of this Earthworks Board. I am secretary of the Cable Advisory Committee, and I am chair of the Ad Hoc Bylaw Committee.
Well, good for you. Thank you. Thank you for speaking with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you. It was nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet
I
you,
didn't
Ted.
catch your name.
Peter Crane.
Peter, nice
Peter.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Anna.
My name's Josh. I'll give you a pound it because my hand's sweaty. I've been holding this
I
thing.
understand. Thanks.
But keep up the good work. Thanks for
Thank
looking out
you.
for the environment. We
Sure.
appreciate it.
We really do. You know, that's cool, though. You can step in Boston and be stepping on something else.
That's you could literally be in like 30 places at once, depending on the soil that's been shared.
Right, or 50.
Hold on, I gotta do it. I'm so sorry. So if I got a permit, would it be fair to say I soiled myself? That's a good joke for this guy.
If you'd be allowed to.
Yeah, right. I would have to. I
First
would
time
always.
he's heard that joke.
Is that the first time being on these boards you've heard of social? Okay, good. So you can share it with the like someone came in here early, asked about what we do, was very interested, and he got so overwhelmed that he soiled himself. I didn't soil other places, unless it's a public restroom.
I have a feeling
Yet.
he's going to steal that joke.
Yeah.
now. It's a pretty good one.
I might punch it up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
zazz it.
don't make it too dirty.
He's gonna zazzle it up.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy.
I don't know what zazzle it up means, but
Pizzazz it.
pizzazz. That's what I was
Like
trying to
spice
say,
it up.
I
We'll
think.
make it a little bit better. Though, put some window dressing on it.
Pizzazz. I like that. I think that's what I was trying to say. Honestly.
Oh, that's Mary. We found out it was Mary. That's Abe Lincoln. It's so weird to see Abe Lincoln wearing like a philosopher's Greek style robe. Like, such a weird thing for Abe to be wearing.
Dinged at us earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought back all the Lisa C books. So finally. Okay, that's good. And Pete. Yeah, I brought it back. Oh, that's right, Pete Lee. I know.
I'm gonna talk to Mary. Hmm. Hey, Mary.
How can I talk to you?
Well, friendly advice, if you want to be a public-facing employee, okay, and you want to work with and for the public, you don't treat them like trash. That's garbage and disposal, not the librarian.
That wasn't nice.
Very rude.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you
Susan.
so much for your assistance today. Sorry, it's just like, I was super nice to her before, but it gets to a point when someone works for the public.
You're super nice. You're very confrontational.
No, you were
Won't talk to
confrontational.
me
Guess what?
about why
Respect
you're
is, I don't have to
pointing
tell
the
you why
camera
I'm
at me.
filming. I don't have to tell you
But he
anything.
did actually. He said that it was his right to.
The First Amendment allows me to film. The Fourth allows me to not answer your question. You have limited access to the Constitution when you're working in a public-facing capacity. You don't treat people that way. I was being confrontational. Even when you tried to shut me down, I was nothing but nice to you and courteous and professional, because I always try and be the opposite of the person I'm speaking. Well, then maybe you should have been courteous and professional.
Respect for me, and I don't
Why would I have
want
respect
you
for you? You're
building-
trying to infringe on my rights. I should respect a person that's stepping on me and treading on me? That sounds ridiculous. So if I walk out the door and someone punches me in the face, I should respect that person? I don't do bullying. Maybe you do.
She doesn't have any respect for you. Like, it goes both ways. Like Susan and I, we were speaking earlier. Like, the respect goes both ways.
Very unfortunate. Thank you, Susan, for your courtesy and your professionalism.
Look at this cute
And I
little
hope you have a good day. See, that's professionalism. I'm able to turn it on and turn it off when I need to. Mary's in timeout right now.
What did she
Wait, Susan, that was a fun. That was a good one. Susan thought that was a funny.
It was a little bit of a fun.
She put herself in timeout. That's what she should be.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful day, Susan. I think this.
What a rude lady. Guys, this is the Rutland Free Public Library, just so you know. Don't be upset with Susan. She did a wonderful job. She's very nice. She was the epitome of professionalism. She served her community and her job title with fervor and grace, the opposite of Scary Mary. Really unfortunate.
She did kind of get a little scary at the end there. She was super escalated, and I don't think that was necessary.
No, like, so rude. I'm not gonna, like, I'm done. Like, I'm usually, like, real nice. And I was to her at first.
were.
But the moment you start yapping back at me and stupid mouth diarrhea comes out of your stupid hole in your face, like, find a different job.
And then she said that you weren't respecting her.
Like, what?
Respect is earned, not given. She's not given, she's not getting. And that's the reason I stopped you today.